Yes. So in your science notebook, first thing is you'll be writing the spellings. Put the heading force, energy, and simple machines. Okay. Then what you'll be doing is you'll be writing the spellings. You all have started writing the spellings also. After that comes World Bank. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. After that, I have told you to draw the diagrams. Okay. The first one was level.
Ma'am, which number? Ma'am, page number?
Yeah, page number 101. 101. First diagram is of level. I'll write it on the board. Diagrams. Please write it down. Diagrams that you will be drawing it in your science notebook. Okay, of lesson number 10, that is force, energy, and simple machines. You all have written the spellings also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Force.
And spelling, word bank and time.
Yeah, word bank and spellings. And simple machines.
Ma'am, we should write what? Ma'am, we should write answer in brief.
No. See here, the questions that are there behind the lesson that you will be writing down. I will be giving you some paragraphs. From that, I'll be giving you the questions. Only those questions will be answering. The pattern for this unit test 3 will be the same. We will be getting 2 paragraphs from each one of the lesson. From that, we will be answering some of the MCQs and some of the 1-mark questions. Clear?
Ma'am, but I wrote it.
Yeah, it's okay. Down you can again write the paragraph that I will be telling you. Down some questions. Okay. Then you'll be answering only those questions which are been framed by me. Okay. Don't touch the questions. Don't touch the questions which are there behind the lesson. These questions you won't be writing it now. Clear?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Yes. Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am,
Okay, if you read the third textbook, then only you'll be able to answer Unit 3 exam very easily. Don't go for the MCQ, don't go for the questions that are there behind the lesson. Yes.
ma'am, which paragraph we should draw from that 10 paragraph only or from variables from middle it can come?
No. From the textbook itself, it will be the same passage. Okay? Is it clear? Yes.
Since ma'am,
Now,
10 MCQs are there, they are from lesson and you will give the paragraph from that question answers are there.
Yes. The same thing. Okay. So within the textbook, I can give you any one paragraph. From that, you'll be answering the questions. Okay. Each from one lesson.
Okay.
Only 2 lessons you have. Okay. One lesson we have completed. From that, you'll be getting one paragraph. From that, I'll be framing the questions. Some will be MCQ, some will be 1-mark questions. That will be dependent. Okay. Depending. Then upon that you will be answering the questions. Is it clear?
Ma'am,
Okay. Now please write down the diagrams that you will be drawing in your science notebook from this lesson.
ma'am, which paragraph we should draw?
Yeah, I'm writing it on the board. Please write it down. The first one is level. Lever. Level. Page number I'm writing 101. Okay. Next. Inclined plane. Page number 102. You can
Ma'am, we can draw.
then the screw.
Only one we should draw, all we should draw. Ma'am, which you are telling all we should draw. Only
Draw it in your science notebook. Once you finish writing the spellings and word bank, you will be first drawing the diagrams. Don't draw very huge one. Draw it medium size. Okay?
No, ma'am, that is inclining plane, ma'am. Ma'am, they have given three examples. From that three examples,
No. Any one. See here, you have to draw only one diagrams. For lever, only one diagram. Inclined plane, one. Screw, one.
Ma'am, and lever from that first draw. Ma'am was drawing.
What? Next one is wedge. Okay. Even the screw, same page number 102. Wedge. I want only one example to be drawn. A simple diagrams of lever, inclined plane, screw, wedge. Okay, wedge. The page number is 103. Wheel and axle. Enough. Wheel and axle. Try to accommodate it in 2 pages only. Don't take many pages. In 1 page only, don't try to draw lever. One more page, inclined plane, no. Okay, try to accommodate these in 2 pages of your science notebook. Okay? Yes.
When that wheel and development we can draw the car also.
Yes. You should just you should make indication of wheel and axle. You have to write there. You have to label it as wheel and axle. Yes. Okay. So here,
Wheel and axle.
yes. Okay. I hope you have copied it, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here
Yes, ma'am.
today we will be glancing over revising the same lesson, that is force, energy and simple machines. Okay, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in exam only one lesson.
2 lessons. For unit test we have 2 lessons now. Today we will go for the revision of force, energy and simple machine, and in the next class we will be starting with the new lesson. Okay, that is the 11th lesson. Yes, this part is over. Yeah, please see. As we know that force, what can a force do? What can a force do?
When an object can change the direction of an object, change the shape of an object,
Yes.
change the surface of an object.
Okay. Yes. See here, a force can move an object. Yes, it can move an object.
Stop and moving an object and change the direction of
Yes,
the moving
it
object.
can stop a moving object.
Not moving object, stop a moving object, change the direction. Change the object.
Yes, it can change the direction of moving object. Correct? It can change the direction.
Shape of the object.
Yes, it can also change
The shape of an object.
of
And
an
the shape of the
object.
object.
Okay, this we have already studied. What can a force do? Also in our previous class, in the fourth standard, we have studied what can a force do? Force can move an object and it can stop a moving object. If a car, a small toy car is moving, you can make it to stop, okay, and ask it to come in the opposite direction. It is only done when you apply a force. Okay, you can change the direction of a moving object. Okay, you can change its direction when you apply a force. Change the shape of an object as in clay. Okay, a clay can change the shape when we apply a force. Okay, you can change its shape. Also, a toothpaste. Okay, when you squeeze out the paste onto a toothbrush, what will happen? The shape of the toothpaste will be changed because we have applied an external force on toothpaste. Okay, Vittal, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next, after this, we have seen two types of forces. Can you name what are the two types of forces? Yes. One minute. Yes. The first, there are two types of forces. The first one is contact force. Yes, 1 minute. Here, contact force. Contact force is nothing but the name itself tells that the things which are in contact, the things that are in contact, okay, and they exert a force, okay. When two objects come close to each other, when they touch each other, those are known as contact force. When you are trying to kick a football, okay, you are in contact with a football, you are trying to put a force on football and you are kicking it, right? Here a person and a football are in contact with each other, that comes under contact force, okay. What about field force? Yes. Here, when the objects do not touch each other, when they do not interact with each other, are known as, yes, are known as field forces. Okay, and in contact force, can you tell me what are the types? Yes. One minute. Yes, please. Here we have the first one, that is frictional force. The second is muscular force. The third one is elastic force. Yes. So here in yes, but those gravitational and magnetic come under field force. Yeah. One minute. See here, the contact force is the one wherein the objects come close to each other, or they touch each other, or they interact with each other. Here, the first is the frictional force. Frictional force is nothing but when we are walking on the ground, okay, on the floor. What happens? The soles of our feet are getting rubbed to the surface of the floor. That causes a friction and we are able to walk easily, right? The soles of our feet are rough, okay, and when you are walking on the ground, it holds the grip. You can grip the ground and walk easily. That comes under frictional force, okay. Then second is the muscular force. Muscular force is nothing but the force that are being stored in our muscles to push, to lift the things, to move the things. Those are the energy that has been stored in the muscles, and that energy we use to put the force, that is known as muscular force. The third one is elastic force. As in a rubber band, when you stretch out a rubber band, you see that when you stretch, the energy is being stored, but it cannot stay for a longer time. Until and unless you don't leave the rubber band, it will be the same position. But once you release the rubber band, what happens is it will retain to its original position. Okay, when it comes back to its original position, that is known as elastic force. The rubber band the spring. Okay, these are all known as the elastic force. Okay, it is like it is going away from its original position, but once you release, it will come back to its original position. That is known as elastic force. Clear? The second part is regarding the field force. Field force are nothing but the forces that are not in the objects when they do not interact with each other are known as field forces. For example, is gravitational force and magnetic force. As we have seen that in gravitational force, the things that you throw from the top, the earth pulls down towards itself. Okay, but here they are not in contact. The forces are being exerted on an object. The earth is pulling down the object as you throw it. Correct? When you throw any object, it comes down. That is known as gravitational force. The next one is magnetic force. We had seen a magnet and the pins. Okay, the pins are being attracted towards the magnet because the force which has been attracted by the magnet towards itself, the pull towards itself is known as magnetic force. We have discussed regarding this with the magnet and the pins. Okay, the force which is pulling towards itself is known as magnetic force. Regarding this we have studied, that is types of forces. Okay, so the main thing here you have to remember is forces are of two types, contact and field force. In contact we have again three types. The first is the frictional force, muscular force, and the third is elastic force. Next, field force we have again two types, that is gravitational force and magnetic force. Any doubt over here?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes. After this, work. Can you define what is work? What is work? Work. Yes. Correct.
And now
One minute.
with the movement,
Yes.
and the
When you apply force,
movement.
one minute. See here, when you're applying the force, when you're trying to push or trying to pull, it means that there has to be a movement in an object. Correct? There should be movement. If there is no movement, then you see that there is no work done. Okay? It means movement of objects by applying a force. By applying a force. It means that there should be an application of force. You should apply a force for the movement of the objects. If the objects are not moving, then we cannot say that work is done. Okay, here, yes, here, for example, activities such as reading, sleeping, sleeping, thinking are not considered as work done scientifically. Scientifically, it means that you are not doing any work when you are simply reading, sleeping, or thinking because there is no any movement. Clear? I can ask you a question. What are the activities that are not considered as work done scientifically? The answer will be reading, sleeping, and thinking. Okay? Next. Now, what is energy? Can you tell me what is energy? Yes. Energy is yes. It is work. Okay. If you don't have energy, can you do any work?
No, no,
No. You need energy. Yes. You need energy to do work. That is the definition of energy. It is the capacity to do work. Okay, to do any activity, you need energy. You need to have a balanced diet. You should have your food properly. Okay, then only you can have energy to do any work. And in this energy, we have studied how many types are there? Types of energies are
The mechanical sound energy.
yes. In that, the first is mechanical energy.
Mechanic energy, electric energy, and mechanical energy, potential energy,
Yes.
sound energy.
Yeah. Please see here.
Mechanical energy,
Mechanical energy is the one. Yes. Please see. Mechanical energy is the energy that is possessed by an object due to its motion or position. If the object is in motion or due to its position, it can gain energy. Okay, and here we have in mechanical energy two types of mechanical energy. The first is potential energy, and the second is see here, we are discussing only about the mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the energy that is been possessed by an object due to its motion or position. Okay, in that we have two main types. Potential energy. Potential energy is Potential energy is the energy that is possessed when it is known as stored energy. It is the energy gained. Yes, it is the energy in an object. Please wait, children. The energy stored in an object because of its position or shape. Due to its position or shape is known as potential energy. The stored energy that is there in an object when it is not moving due to its position, it is having the energy. Okay, I have told you, I had explained you regarding the water that we are rising in our syntax. Okay, when we are raising the water is there in our syntax, it is gained energy, it is being stored in a syntax. That is potential energy. Now, when you are running out the taps, when you are using the taps and the water is being flowed from the syntax to your taps in your home, that is the energy gained by its motion. Yes, kinetic energy is nothing but the energy that is being gained due to its motion of an object is called kinetic energy. Any doubt over here? Potential energy, kinetic energy. Potential energy is nothing but the stored energy due to its position or shape. Whereas kinetic energy is the energy gained due to motion of an object. Okay, the energy is being gained due to its motion. When an object is in motion, it gains energy. All moving objects have kinetic energy. Do you agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Kinetic energy is the
Yes, ma'am.
energy due to its
Yes,
motion.
ma'am.
All moving objects will have kinetic energy. A bowling ball. Yes, a bowling ball. Here, can you see? Page number 97.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a bowling ball, when it is moving, it is gaining the energy and is trying to hit at the pins. Okay, now when you are turning it back, when you are taking it back, you are gaining the energy and when it is back, it has been stored energy, that is the potential energy. When you are hitting it front, it means it is in the motion, and all the objects that are in motion will have kinetic energy. I hope this part is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
After this, we have electrical energy. The energy that are being most common forms of the energy is electrical energy. All the appliances, electrical appliances such as the bulbs, fan, okay, and tube lights. These all will have the electrical energy, right? After that, we have studied regarding the sound energy. Sound, it is nothing but that can be heard to your ears. The sound that you can hear is known as sound energy, and sound is always formed due to vibration. Yes or no? Without
Yes, ma'am.
vibration, can you hear the sound?
When sound is energy, it can be here.
Yes. Sound is nothing but the object when it starts vibrating, tiny waves of the sound vibration will travel through the air and it reaches to our ears. Okay. Now, if I, if
But when the
I,
object vibrates 20 times, then only it hears our ear.
yes, if I use a duster and try to hit it on the board, it means that the particles which are there in the duster and a board are trying to get vibrated. And these vibration is being traveled through the particles of the air and reaching to our ears. Then only you can hear the sound. Okay? Without vibration, you cannot hear the sound. If I'm just waving a duster here like this, I can't hear the sound. Okay? So sound is due to the vibration. Next, heat energy. Heat is also a form of energy.
And heat energy.
Yes.
And heat energy.
Yes.
By light energy.
Yes. By
And we
burning the
use
fuels.
energy to cook food.
Yes. By burning fuels. By burning fuels such as
Heat
coal and
energy use it for heat passes or when it
yes.
we also use to keep ourselves on
Mute,
our
Roshan.
own.
1 minute. See here, when you are burning the fuels such as coal, kerosene, and LPG gas, LPG is nothing but liquefied petroleum gas. Okay, when you are trying to heat it, when you are trying to burn the fuels, you are getting the heat energy. When you burn the coal, don't you get the heat energy? Don't you feel the warmness? Yes. Okay. Then light energy. Light is also a form of energy that enables us to see the things. Okay. After the sunlight, when the sunlight goes, okay, then when it starts becoming evening, what happens? We will have to see the things using human-made sources of light. It means that light is necessary to locate the things, right? In the daytime we have the sunlight and hence we can see the things very easily, whereas in the dark we need human made sources of light to see where the objects are. Okay, then after that we have seen what are the sources of energy. Here we have two types of energy sources. The first one is yes, renewable energy sources. One more is non-renewable energy sources. Okay. So here in renewable energy sources, it is naturally replenished. The sources of energy that can be naturally replenished are called renewable energy sources. The examples are sun, wind, and water, wherein you can use them every now and then. It doesn't mean that they will be vanished. Okay, they are being naturally replenished. It means the examples for renewable energy sources are sun, wind, and water. Okay, these available very easily. Yes, these are available very easily. Correct? The sources of the energy sources which we can use every now and then, they can be easily available. Right? Those are known as renewable energy sources. Right? Next, they will never finish irrespective of how much ever we use them. Okay, the sun, it does it works daily. Okay, it will not take a leave. Every morning the sunrise happens. Right? Then the wind, the water, all the things which come under renewable energy sources are, they do not get finished unless we don't irrespective of how much ever we use them, right? And from these sources we have different types of energy sources, such as from sun we have solar energy, from wind energy, and water, that is hydroelectric energy. Correct? Here we have discussed regarding the solar. Yeah, we have, the energy that is being received from the sun is called solar energy, and from wind, the wind energy can also be used to generate the electricity. Yes or no? You might have seen the windmills. In wind farms. Yes, in the wind farms. Okay, please look here. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Next, after
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
yeah, the next one is geothermal energy. What is geothermal energy? Geothermal energy, it comes from the two Greek words. Do you remember that?
Ma'am, Theo is thermal energy. And Theo is thermal energy.
Geothermal, geo meaning earth, and thermal meaning heating. Okay, the earth getting heated, the center of the earth is very hot, and here we use it for cooking and heating. Hydroelectric energy, due to the power of the running water, that running water will run the turbine, and running of the turbine makes the generation of the electricity. With the help of water, we are trying to generate the electricity, and hence the name hydroelectric energy. Okay, next, after this, down, these are all the renewable energy sources. Till now what we have studied. Okay, down we have non-renewable energy sources, the things that you cannot reuse it once again. Okay, those are known as non-renewable energy sources, which you cannot naturally replenish. Right? Here the examples are, tell me what are the examples? Coal.
Petroleum.
Yes.
And
Coal, petroleum. Then natural gas are some of the.
Kerosene.
Yes.
And
Natural gas are the examples of non-renewable energy sources. They cannot be naturally replenished. They cannot get renewed on its own. Those are known as non-renewable energy sources. We need to use them very efficiently. We need to take care of these energy sources very economically. Okay?
because they take millions of years to get.
Yes, yeah, because these formation of the coal, petroleum, natural gas, it is not instant. It requires billions of years to form. Okay, and hence we need to take care of these non-renewable energy sources. We cannot make petroleum in a short time. Okay. The next one is one form of energy can change into another. Here we have discussed regarding the electric cell, which contains the chemical energy. Chemical energy is being transformed into which energy? Yes. Please see.
Electric energy.
Yeah, electric cell, it consists of chemical energy. Here we are studying one form of energy changing into another form. Chemical energy is being transformed into mechanical energy. If you put a cell, an electric cell in a toy car, okay, without an electric cell, it can't move. But once you put an electric cell, what will happen? It changes its motion. Okay, it will start moving. That is known as
Ma'am, yes. Ma'am, tell is a potential energy.
yes.
Ma'am, it is a potential.
Yeah, chemical energy is being
Potential.
transformed into mechanical energy. When it is moving, we call it as kinetic energy. Yes or
When
no?
it is motion, we
Yes.
call it kinetic energy.
Yes. When it is moving, due to its motion, we call it as kinetic energy.
And
Okay.
when it is stored, we call it
Potential energy.
potential energy.
Yes. And in a light bulb, electric energy changes to light and heat. Correct? When you switch on the button, what happens? Very soon the electric bulb is on. Okay? What has been transformed? Electrical energy has been transformed into light energy and heat energy. Correct? The bulb gets heated also. So in light bulb, tell me what is the conversion of the energies? Electrical energy
And
into
if it gets more electricity, it will burst.
and it gets yes. Correct. Electrical energy has been transformed into light and heat energy. Light
And
and
if electricity is more in the light, when then the light is burst.
yes, more the voltage.
Because of
Yes. Okay. Then in the sun gives heat and light energy that it has been absorbed by the plants. What is that process known as? Making their food. Or what is that process known as? Preparation of the food.
photosynthesis.
In photosynthesis, what happens? In photosynthesis, what happens is it is receiving the energy in the form of
Sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide.
yes. Now, see here, the plants are receiving the light energy. Okay, it is preparing its own food. Green plants prepare their own food. That is known as photosynthesis. The receiving of the light energy, and when it is preparing food, we eat the food that is prepared by the plants. And what energy do we get? We get
Muscular energy.
yes, correct. Okay, so here till now we have seen regarding the work and force. Correct? Force and energy. Simple machines that we have discussed yesterday about the lever. In lever, we have three main parts. The first is fulcrum. Fulcrum is nothing but the yes, fulcrum is nothing but the support that a lever needs to lift the heavy object. Okay, fulcrum is a point at which the lever is fixed. So the first part is fulcrum. Yes. Yes. The second is load. Okay, load is an object that you want to lift it up. Okay. The next one is effort. Yes. Effort is nothing but the force that 1 minute. Effort is nothing but the force that you are trying to put it on the other side of the fulcrum to move an object. Okay, that is regarding the effort. Okay, in this we have first class, second class, and third class lever. Depending upon the position of the load and fulcrum, they have been divided into three main types: first class, second class, and third class. Please go through this, and I will be giving you as a worksheet. You will have to read that particular paragraph. I'll be mentioning the page number. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow you will have to solve it. Clear?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The time is up.